Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
The Monday Letters page is cautiously optimistic about the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, as one reader hopes for new Transformers video games. To join in with the discussions yourself, email gamecentral@metro.co.uk. Free advice. The failure of Concord is just staggering really, when you consider how much the average single-player Sony game sells. I have doubts as to whether Sony is just going to give up on live service games straight away, based on this, but I'd be surprised if that was the main reason for its failure anyway. I doubt the average person has much of a beef against live service games, or even recognizes the term, but they certainly know a bad game reveal when they see it. The unveiling of Concord was horrible, with all that poor man's Guardians of the Galaxy routine and then gameplay footage that looked ultra-generic. It went on forever too, in a state of play where people were looking for exciting news, and then the clincher, it wasn't free. Imagine if something like Apex Legends had launched as a paid-for game. It's an okay shooter, but its success is all down to it being free. I'd suggest that Concord's failure is mostly down to it being not free. Grant, a simple plan. I think it's dangerous to put Nintendo on too much of a pedestal, as at the end of the day all they're interested in is money and their own well-being, not the industry at large. Even so, I couldn't help but agree with the reader's feature at the weekend, saying that the Switch 2 would be extra welcome right now, given what a mess Microsoft and Sony have made of things. I think it was the line about Nintendo being the adult in the room was the one that got me. Microsoft and Sony have done a lot of dumb things lately, but it's the general sense of just not seeming to have a plan and always reacting to problems instead of being proactive about them. Whether I have any interest in the console or its games, I just hope the Switch 2 has a cool reveal and a convincing roadmap, something they can stick to that isn't filled with U-turns and excuses. Focus. The future. At this point I would be very surprised if the PlayStation 6 wasn't a hybrid console. I think the days of console being only a big slab of plastic that sits under your TV are over. Like the reader's feature said, the improvement in graphics has slowed down to a crawl anyway, so if the new console is no better, or even slightly worse, than the PlayStation 5, I wouldn't see that as a problem. If that's the cost of gaming being more sustainable, and budgets not getting out of control, then I would be all for it. As the reader says, it should also inspire Sony developers to create more unusual and unique games, since budget wouldn't be so much of a problem. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but I think the alternative, of blindly carrying on as usual, making another super powerful TV box, is doomed to failure. I'm optimistic about the future and I can't wait to find out more about it. Whistler. Email your comments to gamecentral@metro.co.uk. Delays possible. I am a fan of Beyond Good Evil on PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 and have bought the physical version on PlayStation 5 from Limited Run Games, but I have noticed for a while you can pre-order the second game on Amazon and Shop2 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. I won't be pre-ordering it until I have seen previews and reviews for the game, as it has been in development for so long now. I hope it turns out good, but I wasn't keen on the type of gameplay it showed in the trailers years ago for 2. As it was not really like the first game. I was surprised you could pre-order it because so little is known about 2 and the fact that we do not have any idea when it will be out, if at all. Andrew J. GC, yes, that's very bad of them to put it up for pre-order. We wouldn't be surprised if the game never comes out. Roll out. GC may already know this, but I saw a rumor that Microsoft is working on 2 new Transformers games, to be released this year. I don't know whether that will turn out to be true or not, but I would love to see a new big-budget game, if that's possible. It's the 40th anniversary of Transformers this year, so if there was going to be an announcement this would be a good time for it. I don't know if Microsoft would make it exclusive, but they own Activision now, who made the last few games, so maybe we could get a sequel to Fall of Cybertron? If